The Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply. So this is the Flogcast for round one. The season is upon us. The shit dumper from Richmond, Starburns, is here, and I'm joined by Mr. Moral Victory himself from St Kilda, Cookson.
Hello, what's up all?
Proud player sponsor of James Aish from Collingwood, Morgan Ashley.
Fuck off.
You're not meant to say that yet. You're meant to say it in about 30 seconds' time. From East Geelong, we have the head of the Geelong cheer squad, Teach.
You go riding on the horses, baby.
Fucking, I actually thought you were going to play the song.
Did you not have played it?
I can't believe you're fucking doing that.
We will come to that. And
Can you change your name from the shit dumper to the horse whisperer?
And after a lengthy exile, he's been missing, presumably celebrating the head of the campaign to return the Power Rangers Guernsey to Hawthorn, Penal.
That's right.
Very
I'm back.
Very heartwarming.
And, yes, Richmond should have used that song instead. It would have been a much better fit, I would have thought.
Maybe it could have just played chopsticks at the start of the game.
And we're just about ready to go in, but we have one more flog with us, joining us for technically his first appearance. Bay 13's favourite soccer manager himself from Fremantle, Jose Mourinho.
Hello?
Fuck off, Jose.
Jose! 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 Jose!
Shouldn't you not be cheering for other London clubs, Teach?
Geography's not his strong suit. He thinks East Geelong's a real place, so don't worry about it.
You all hang shit on Jose, but he's a good bloke.
Jose's Luke Hodge.
You can go and get fucked.
You were the one that didn't want to wait the 2 minutes.
Yeah, you were the one who didn't want to wait for him. Anyway, let's get fucking right into it. And goo or tears, who wants to go first?
I've got goo, and that's Hawthorn. Hawthorn is still premiers, the reigning premiers, and they have been for, 1,100 days now or something? I don't know the exact number, but it's a long fucking time. So I'm sure there's a thread somewhere, days since someone other than Hawthorn has won the flag, so I'll just have to go load that one up.
You know what? I don't think there is, but after this, I guarantee someone's going to fucking start it.
The Josh Hawk or Hawk, something like that.
Oh my god, those Hawthorn fans are so shit, man. I just post in that thread, the Geelong thread, just baiting them both every time.
We'll come to that thread
Yeah.
later at question time, I think. Who else wants to go?
I'll go first with Goo. Goo over Lockie Weller and Daniel Pearce scoring those back-to-back super goals.
Who are
Bloody
you?
handbaggers went fist and
Who are
knuckle
these
after
people?
that.
I think Lockie Weller's a young player that Ross Lyon has been forced to pick against his will just because he's knocked the door down.
No, that's Daniel Pearce.
He
You're getting it mixed
actually
up. Daniel
did.
Pearce has to be picked always. Lockie Weller's just a good-looking guy we had found on the street.
Are you keeping him around so Nat 5 doesn't run away? Not that there's anything wrong with this. Is what you call a stable pony.
Hey, you're sponsoring a stable pony.
Not by choice. I tried to give him more money, they wouldn't let me. I've got tears. I've got tears for every fucking moron on the Collingwood board who thought it was a good idea to sponsor James. It wasn't.
That'll show those Brisbane posters.
And when he's playing in the VFL and we've got these stupid fucking badges, I'm sure Brisbane are going to be laughing on the other side of their asses.
It's going to look great alongside some of the great badges of years gone past.
At least we won't be the first people to get their badge removed because Brisbane had to get their Favola ones taken off.
Oh, she's full of fire, this
She
one.
is.
Look
Hey,
out.
Yeah.
they want them back after Fev's latest victory. It's the best thing that's happened to the Brisbane Lions in 10 years.
See, Fev, the real king of the jungle, not the Lions.
But to be fair, Brisbane have had a lot of bad luck with the player sponsors, because I remember giving Paddles shit about this a couple of years ago, how all the Lions player sponsors in 2013 ended up leaving the club that off season, like Yo Carnesis and Doherty or something.
Really longer.
Player sponsorships are basically a kiss of death on big footy. They're either going to leave for another club and possibly become a superstar, or they're going to be fucking useless and they get delisted after.
I think we've had Jed Anderson as ours for a couple of years. So
Varco was a popular one on the Geelong board.
Taylor Adams must be the outlier. He's the exception to the rule. But I think he's a prediction.
I think we lost her mid-prediction.
Yep. Well, to be fair, my player sponsor, Zach Dawson's never going to leave Ross Lions Club ever. He's the greatest player to ever grace football, to not be able to mark or kick a ball.
Yeah, because he's shit.
Yeah, I know. We brought Jose on because this week it was a perfect week because Fremantle haven't really been playing, and he still found a way to work Freo.
He's already named 5 players I don't know. Stop.
Well, everyone knows Zach Dawson. There's pictures to prove he exists. Morgs, you were mid-prediction and we lost you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my prediction is that if Buckley goes, that Taylor Adams will go in like a Mick and Daisy fake dad situation.
Wait. Who's going to give Buckley another go? Carlton?
You Carlton. Duh.
Richmond next year, maybe? Or
No, we're stuck with our coach for even longer than Collingwood are, unfortunately. But we will come to the extensions later.
Stuck with that fucking coach.
We'll come to the extensions later.
Coach for 1 year.
We'll come to the extensions later.
I'll say I've got goo. I think that St Kilda's young brigade are going to have a breakout season and will be dominant.
If
Jack Billings.
I fucking knew Jack Billings was coming. Fair dinkum.
Billings, Dunstan, fucking Hugh Goddard. Watch out.
But you don't know Jack's brother-in-law said that St Kilda's youth is shit.
Well, you don't know Jack's brother-in-law wouldn't know a player if he's right in front of him.
No, probably not.
But Billings is pretty good. He's no Bontempelli.
He's no Bontempelli though. No, not in the slightest.
If Bontempelli can't handle the tag, he'll be downhill from here on. Dogs might as well just lock up shop. Their club's shit. They're
Stick
bland.
a plug in it. They're done.
Yep. If they lose against Fremantle in round 1, they're not going far. We have no Sanderlands. I don't expect to win this game.
Teach still needs to go, I think.
I think Teach dropped out, probably fell asleep.
Oh, we lost Teach amongst all that.
He's disconnected.
We'll just say it's Patrick Dangerfield. It's guaranteed.
It was the Kennedy guy.
Anyway, I've got Goo. I said before we started that I'd surprise Goo.
Surprise goo is always the best kind of goo.
Congratulations
And it is Goo for Damien Hardwick.
Oh no.
for not being listening what you did this week.
For the utter contempt he showed in the NAB challenge when the injuries hit. And people are criticising, but fuck it. I'm happy he took those players off the ground because that game's not worth jack shit.
Yeah, Melbourne and Carlton supporters said the same thing when they tanked.
But this wasn't for 4 points.
But if you want to create a losing culture, congratulations. You've waved the white flag.
No, I'm on Starburns' side on this one. I don't know if it was the best thing they could have done, but you can see why they did it, and they shouldn't be punished for it.
And seriously, you get 4 or 5 injuries already in the game, and it's like, well, fuck it. I know we're only playing Carlton in round 1, but get the other important players off the ground.
I'm sorry, but until you have to play Tony Armstrong twice in one day, don't come crying to me about injuries.
Oh, you chose him. He wasn't the only one available. Fig Jam picked him.
Yes, Collingwood just have no depth. Tony Armstrong's their 23rd best player.
But no, that's my goo. And unfortunately, it was a very short reunion too of Teach and Penal because we've lost Teach already. And I don't think we're going to get him back.
Fell asleep.
Or he's got a late route. Yeah, but we will transition from that into the NAB because it did inspire some discussion about on the back of Eddie's proposal whether we should make it a cup again. Which do people in the media have really short memories?
Yes, because when it was a competition, it was a fart.
And everybody hated it. Paul Roos tanked.
And if you lost it, you'd have to travel to fucking West Australia, then to Northern Territory, then fucking whoop whoop.
Who was the pundit that said the winner of the NAB Cup should get an automatic finals place? Was that Eddie?
That was Eddie. We discussed it last episode. And everyone's talking about that, and now there's people talking about no NAB. It's like, was anything broken about this? Sure. We played with 15 at the end, but we weren't going to win. Oh, we fucked someone's margin bet in a NAB Cup game.
It's the best thing for the players and for the current format. It's the best thing for the players, the coaches, and the kind of general standard of the in-season competition.
No, 2 games and 3 quarters is for the players. So
yeah, you could maybe tweak the times and like the amount of players and substitutes, like tweak that, but don't mess with the overall format of the preseason.
If you really wanted to do it, like maybe in the games, if they're that concerned by what Hardwick did, fucking don't limit how many players can be played.
I mean, it's just, look at preseason comps in like NFL. It's just rock up, play games, go home. soccer is rock up, play games, go home. It's like, why do we need to make things properly? It's just get the players, get some match rhythm into them so they're good for round one. So we don't see sloppy shit.
Yeah, everyone hated the NAB, and like, Cookie, you know this as a St Kilda supporter. How much did you like that Wizard Cup win of yours?
Oh, Lenny Hayes was just completely ecstatic.
Yeah, and Grant Thomas loved it too.
Because he had a face like a smacked ass. You don't get another chance.
Highlight of his career.
It was, and because he looked like Nathan Buckley, when he won the fucking Norm Smith. That's what happened.
But anything else we got on the NAB, or whether it should exist, how it should be? Is there like, it's amazing how something like this can actually just all of a sudden people go fucking crazy.
The AFL media is never overreactionary at all. Like,
yeah, we have a week off before finals because of resting players on the eve of it last year, and now we have people talking about revisiting the NAB. It's like, let's take a step back.
It's essentially basically pre-season in NFL.
Yeah, that's what Cookie said, and you manage it, and that's the only time to look at the rookies. And yeah, if you're betting on it and you're getting screwed over by Hardwick playing 15, that's your own fault for betting on a NAB game, because who bets on a NAB game?
Virginia Park did have Adelaide over 40 against Gold Coast.
They should realise when they're betting on these games, there's risks involved with all gambling, such as the other team may not give a crap because it's a pre-season game. I mean,
she gives them financial.
It's like people who complain about buying a house in the middle of Whoop Whoop and wondering why the price doesn't go up. It's basically buyer's remorse.
They think, free money because they've seen the team sheets, and then they realise that, the team with the lesser players is actually only going to play the stars for a half and take them all off.
Except if you're Ross Lyon, you keep them on all the time. For all the other teams to death.
Oh, when you do that, then you still win.
Or if you're Carlton, you've got no stars to play in the first place.
Yeah,
they're not even best 22 anymore.
Well, okay, Morgs, you did want to come to this, so...
It gives me great pleasure to discuss the demise of Dale, the money-hungry flog. It makes me just full of glee every time I see Eddie do something great, or Jeff Garlett do anything at all, and Chris Yaron somewhat in Richmond's Fat Club. But, Dale, you fucking long. You deserve everything you get.
All 750,000 a year of it.
No, you have 750,000 reasons why you should be the guiltiest man in this.
Well, it's 750,000 reasons to just laugh even harder at Carlton.
I love the fact that he was getting slammed for not being able to kick a football. Like, as Jose was saying before, even Zach Dawson can kick a football.
The Daisy has shriveled up.
He was a superstar, and now he is a super spud. He's the reverse Exa.
Seriously, not even Fremantle would put him in their forward line.
Essendon wouldn't take him as a top-upper currently.
No, they're like, can't we get that Ariel Steinberg back?
With taking up players with Fremantle, we take up known forwards like Chris Tarrant and then put him in the back line because we're that good. Cop that.
Where's Colin Sylvia?
Fat club.
Some things just can't be saved. Colin Sylvia's like Daisy.
Yeah, because, Fremantle always gives second chances to every player.
No, but Daisy was a footballer once that delivered. Daisy's shitness at the moment. There are a lot of players who are, shit, and they never reach great heights. And some of them probably not quite as bad as Thomas is now, but not much better. But Thomas was actually somewhere, and now he's getting paid money, and that's what makes it kind of funny. And I didn't hear on the AFL roundtable thing, apparently Cruiser was offered a lot more money to go somewhere, which I wasn't aware of, and maybe this fact is wrong, but took half at Carlton. I was thinking, why the fuck can't Carlton afford to pay him as much as whatever that other club was paying him? And then you remember, they got Daisy Thomas.
Yeah, but who else is paying all their salary cap? I mean, Mark Murphy, Bryce Gibbs?
Well, yeah, they had to keep him somehow, I guess.
I want to know which club is offering Matty Cruiser double.
Western Bulldogs, they'll kill for have any decent key position players.
Fremantle?
Well, on the Tom Boyd scale, paying $600.
Don't say that. If I said that, it'd be obsession. Jesus.
We tried to get Casbolt. Casbolt would have been a good pickup for us. Guy can kick outside 60 metres and kill a few Eagles fans in the crowd.
Literally, he would have deflated one of the anchors on the top of the fucking roof.
Someone has to do it.
Anything else on Daisy Thomas?
He's gone down like Carlton's, last 10 years.
He will become the cautionary tale of free agency.
He literally went down quicker than Kim Duffy would.
He's the perfect metaphor for Carlton. Once great, now completely and utterly shit and a joke for all, especially Collingwood.
Not even best 22.
It's like Liam Jones is getting game ahead of him.
Best 22 at Carlton, Jason.
Scary.
They have like 7 Irish guys. Aren't they still paying like O'Help?
Let's say Ross Lyon destroys clubs. Jesus Christ, Mick Moldhouse destroyed a club.
No, they were kind of already on their way down, but Mick Moldhouse really gutted them, didn't he?
Yeah, because they thought they were in the premiership window when Mick came in, and they...
Guys, let's not be so narrow-minded and think it's all Mick.
Oh,
They were
well,
fucked long before.
Let's move on to something else from the NAB, and it was a while ago. It was probably just after we recorded, actually. This story broke, and it's from Morgs' Shining Light for 2016 prediction, Alex for solo.
He's taking the piss. Alex for solo. He's taking the piss.
I don't get.
He did
I
kick
really-
5 goals that night, dickheads.
No, I really don't get it because the solo put a blanket over. He made it look discreet as humanly possible for everyone. Then
It's
like,
okay,
look
it's okay
at
to
it, he's
piss if it's
pissing,
discreet.
He's pissing. It's like
Excuse
So if someone puts a blanket over your leg, they're right to piss on
Well,
while they're cooking.
it's
No, he
okay to
made it-
breastfeed in public. This is
It's
like the same concept.
It's what the grandmas at St Kilda, they just put the old blanket over him.
why is it a big deal? Would
We
I
went to
rather,
that stadium. I did not go to the toilet there. They're not fit to piss in. That was seriously the best place to go.
It is Geelong, it is shithole stadium, so I guess he's taking it literally a bit.
I mean, it was Foxtel's fault. I mean, if Foxtel didn't bring attention to it, it'd been fine. But
I don't get what's the big issue. Did I rather him walking down the tunnel and taking a piss on the wall or something?
Did he do something that we don't all do?
Yeah.
I don't exactly get a blanket out to piss, where
Well, it's PG-15.
Let's not pretend you don't
Starburns.
piss sitting down.
you go find a tree somewhere where there's no one nearby.
yeah, but it's in the middle of a
Tree.
sports stadium.
Yeah, but you never know where Bruce McAvaney is.
We have to all walk to fucking Moggs Creek just to find a tree.
Maybe Teach should have opened up like his house first on East Geelong. That would have been perfect for him.
Yeah, just take a piss off the pier. Nothing else on for solo?
It's a non-issue.
When he's an All-Australian
Just doing
squad
it.
member, no one will care about this. And it really is a storm in a big cup.
I'm sure Collingwood players have done far worse things in like dungeons and clubs and that, with piss involved, so it's not an issue.
You're talking smoke and shadow behind the mirrors there?
Smoking piss behind the mirrors.
But if we didn't send a Snapchat of him pissing.
Bubbling even. Anything else on the NAB challenge?
Can we get rid of the super goal? Because that's really a stupid
Oh,
rule.
yes. I fucking hate the super goal.
It's a great rule.
Oh, fuck off, Jose.
It's not a great
great
rule
rule.
if when a team is like 8 points behind and with 10 seconds to go, they don't take the opportunity to kick a 9-pointer to win it.
It is a shit rule. Like, literally, I don't know whether other people have anything like this, but super goal is the rule that if it ever came in, that would be it for me. I'd be over the game. That is the one rule I can think of if they brought that in. And for some people, it's like zones or other things. For me, it's a super goal. If a super goal came in, it's not the same game anymore. I don't want a bar of it.
I thought this was like where we do the trial and error for things that might work, like the out of bounds rules and shit, the extra umpires, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're never
they've
had
kind of
enough
just
goals.
kept this in and keep using it every year.
They do it because NAB kick in the money every time someone kicks one.
And that's great. That's really nice of NAB to donate
Yeah.
to like
But just
to those kind of things, and it's good for like junior clubs and country kids and fucking all that shit. Fantastic. But if the grounds you're playing at, the scoreboards can't even support the system, it's ridiculous. Like having to add 1 goal and 3 points when people just took the goal when they were playing in bumfuck Egypt.
How was your road trip?
It was fun. No, actually, I lost out. It's the second quarter. It was so hot.
Jeez, try living in Perth.
Anything else on the rule changes we had in the NAB?
Oh,
I like the out of bounds rule.
I think the deliberate rule might actually be all right. At some stage, someone's going to fuck it up in a big way,
Of course, like everything. But
but so far it looks good.
if you throw enough tasks and create
Yeah,
enough rules,
they've
you
already been fucking up the looser interpretation like the last 10 years in a big way, so what
the shot
what
clock
could
rule
be
can
worse?
go, the shot clock rule that can go and get fucked. Like we want to improve people's goal kicking and stuff like that. How is putting 30 seconds into Travis's head? He can't count that far. That's not going to help.
1, 2,
It's good for all of us. Isn't it?
Like, it's like,
7,
Dude, how many
69.
30? And then like, we have to give the ball back or something.
No, it's
like-
cool. Play on. Don't worry. He's got the protected space,
Yeah.
so it's going to take a bit of time before someone gets to him. And I like the protected space too, especially because it does allow players to step around, which did nothing shitted me more than the guys who were allowed to get within 2 or 3 meters of the player stepping around. Like, say what you want about that, but that initiative to actually line up sideways and take the step around was quite a skillful thing that I think Stevie J brought in. And it was becoming farcical with how close players were allowed to stand.
I like it. I like that because it will give an excuse to our mids who don't run the other way as to why they're standing 5 meters away from their players. They won't look like they're cheating as much.
You mean like Mr. 5-year contract steal side
they're
bottom?
obeying the rules. Yeah. Go.
No, what I found really fucked up is that umpires struggled to count 15 meters on kicks. Like, they got really stupid with that.
This is why they brought in a woman.
It's like 5-meter kicks, yeah, that's a mark. Like, 30-meter kicks, no mark. It's like, it can't be...
Apparently, they've started mowing the grounds in 10-meter block blocks.
Finally. It just reminds me
But
of
it's,
the...
but it's 15 meters, so that'll confuse them even more.
Well, no, because it's 1.5, isn't it?
Well,
but
I don't think they're smart enough to get that.
Why can't we just do 15
they'll
meter?
probably
I think the reason is because it's a 10-meter protected area and it's 50 meters for the penalties and stuff like that.
Or maybe it's because they only had a 10-meter mower.
The mower's not actually 10 meters.
We're
more.
going to need a bigger mower.
The inconsistency is in the Adelaide Fremantle game that we had.
Oh god.
I think it was Sutcliffe at one time. It was normal 15-meter kick, from the centre of the goal.
Who?
A Fremantle player kicked it to another Fremantle player, and how
Please
it's
just
in front
refer
of
to them all as that unless they're Fife. Thank you.
and they, the behind area, how you just kick side to side.
No, don't talk about his behind area.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. And yeah, in one of the games, the umpires just called play on when in any other game would have been a 15-meter kick.
Oh, yeah, they do kind of do that if you take the unaggressive kick and it barely goes the distance. They seem to call play on a lot.
And then when any time a Hawthorn player does their little kick gameplay, it's magically 15 meters. I'm sorry, people.
Oh, okay, play.
We just saw a shooting
prelim
star,
finals
guys.
full of it.
No,
Did you wish for Teach to come back?
no, I didn't even make a wish. Fuck.
Well, no for Solo for All Australian.
I wish to see another shooting star. That was sick.
And I wish for North to get young players.
That's not going to happen.
All right, nothing else on the NAB challenge.
We win.
Pre-season games, don't fucking change them.
What they should do, this was a thing they did a couple of years back when the NAB Cup was actually a thing, and this is the one thing they did right. The two teams that weren't playing in the NAB Grand Final played their last kind of challenge, practice match, whatever, under regular season rules. So fuck off all the super goals, normal rules, and normal rotations and bench. That's what I kind of like to see. If we're going to go with a 3-game NAB challenge, play the last one under regular season rules just to kind of get the...
I think that's good. Because if they're going to, you find that in the third game, it's most like your best team, rather than just everybody gets to play.
Oh, it's not even about the team. It's just more about, reacclimatizing to the right rules and the right way of playing the game.
Anyway, let's move on from the NAB and we'll go to the thing you all wanted to talk about.
Oh, the worst thing about Teach not being here is that he's not going to sing it again.
Richmond's Horses. Oh, fuck. Look, sometimes you just have to just put your hands up and say,
we done fucked up.
yeah, what? I've got nothing. Someone deserves to lose their job over this. This is just fucking ridiculous.
This is much, much worse than the Collingwood hip hop squad.
Or the Essendon Flash Mob.
It's worse than Doggy Dog 4-4.
It's nearly as bad as Port Power with their fake tradition 11 weeks of the year.
No, yeah.
It's so much worse than Port, sorry.
No, they do it all year.
Yeah, but
This is worse. This will disappear. This will go away.
At least they were the first in our league to do it. You stole someone else's song.
We didn't just steal the song. We tried to steal everything. Have you seen the Photoshop? We tried to steal the 48% too.
Is this because they tried to steal your colours?
Probably, yes.
What it's said
you
about
just
is not the
merged?
fact that they've done it, is the fact that they've done it
We're not
before we
Melbourne.
could do it. Where was our chance to bring out Darryl Braithwaite? You're stealing our traditions. I'm pissed.
It won't matter when Hawthorn merge with Melbourne in about a few years anyway.
Maybe they're realigning themselves to merge with Richmond. Same colours, same songs.
We don't want to move to Tasmania.
That's all right.
Oh,
you
you
can
can
all
move to
move to a
Dingley.
new stadium at Punt Road.
We'll come to the new stadiums. But it would be bad enough on its own without the lip sync battles.
Oh, God.
What strikes me as strange is these are the kind of things that try-hard clubs do to bring in supporters. You have managed
Like
to
North,
keep,
basically.
you've managed to keep supporters through everything your club has done to them. You somehow kept them, and this is what you do. Hey guys,
This is how you repay them,
How
loyal
much-
fans.
Well, as someone who is, obviously, yes, I would rather my team waited until the game started before they embarrassed me. Not fucking during the breaks and beforehand and, with fucking the Photoshop, which is,
Terrible.
seriously, if that was a float in the Mardi Gras, you wouldn't look sideways at it. It looks like they're riding unicorns.
yes, it does look like they're riding fucking unicorn.
Rainbow unicorns.
No horse is that white. And if I get there and they're fucking brown, I'm going to be spewing.
Oh, don't be
It's
racist.
their finals campaign. They do a unicorn. It's like a distraction to hide away from that.
We got unicorn.
Well, to be fair, unicorns in September are about as rare as watching performances.
The thing I don't get, though, is just, we're AFL supporters, we don't want this fucking cringe-worthy horse shit pre-game entertainment. Fuck that crap
Bullshit.
off to America.
We support a man's game for manly men. None of this.
No, I just want...
I love manly men who wear tight shorts.
Just get people playing football. Have a VFL game, a reserves game. Just football for football's sake. Just not this bullcrap.
Some of the things that clubs are coming up with these days are getting fucking really ridiculous. And this is probably peak.
Who would have thought that we would peak after a hovercraft?
They got the lion as well. Brisbane tried bringing a lion.
But then they couldn't get a real lion, so they got an inflatable one.
But then they got Brian the Lion for the banner or whatever that was.
He's still around though, isn't he?
Around?
A North shower curtain. But this is the peak. Surely this is the point where it is just so ridiculous that from here, no one's. Look, I hope someone tops. I really hope someone tops this because it's embarrassing. But I just don't see how anyone tops this.
Yeah, but it's like St Kilda burning a dwarf. Like, how do you top it? You just can't.
Burn a normal human being.
Oh,
You're
that's
saying dwarves are lesser?
yeah.
Well,
Well,
technically, yes.
technically they are
Seriously.
lesser, but yeah,
Seriously.
you know what I mean.
Jose, you should go to St Kilda with that attitude.
So you're allowed to come up
Sensitivity
to a
training.
bar Shut
Do,
up.
do you not value Hayden Ballantyne, Jose?
I value the Hobbit very much.
So we should set fire to Hayden Ballantyne?
That's something I think all 18 clubs could get behind.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it as some pre-match entertainment of better than fucking riding on the horses.
We've saved the AFL. Again.
No, I mean, like, they should make the annual Richmond Hawthorn game, which Richmond always fucking win. They should do it for the Horses Cup or something like that. and, you know, Richmond always beat us, so they can have all the embarrassment of being presented with it after the game, so.
What about the pre-match entertainment?
Taken off to the glue
Anzac Day. I gotta go to Anzac Day. We get James Hird. We get Collins spoils with rotten fruit. Just help James Hird. I mean, everyone should support that.
That doesn't go far enough. Like, we should get the fucking guillotine and get James Hird out there and...
Guillotine's a French word, so that's probably the best way to get rid of James.
Yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah,
way.
But what else do we have on the horses? It's peak idiocy from a club, and it's just, I'm really disappointed. I can't laugh at it.
It's idiocy from a club who doesn't need to do that.
No, we don't.
Like, you're better than this. Like,
But literally, when you think about it, every club should consider themselves above this, except perhaps the franchise clubs like GWS, Gold Coast, Port Adelaide. It's
It's a waste of money, really. I mean, do you justify... You have to clean up horse shit as well.
not the money.
it's your brand. Like, you are cheapening who you are.
Yes, your brand is more valuable than...
Then Bingle.
And whoever wants to do a fucking lip sync battle.
Seriously, Lara has more credibility than Bingle do.
You want a lip sync battle? Just bring Ellie Goulding back.
Just play Eye of the
I
Tiger.
love Ellie Goulding. Touch me like you do.
This is going to be the biggest pass since Meatloaf.
It could be worse, but yeah, I got nothing. Do we want to move on?
Well, at least it makes you signing Hardwick not so embarrassing.
All right, there's the transition. We'll go to the coaching extensions, and yeah, we haven't had a good few weeks.
My prediction is right down the shitter.
You haven't had a good few weeks.
See, we weren't the only ones to give a coach with serious question marks an extension, but we were the only one to give him more than 1 year.
And ours has won a final.
Back when he had
Yeah.
Mick
Doesn't matter.
Malthouse's list.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Actually,
They're both failures, Morgs, so...
Well, mine's only
I
the
think
failure for
Richmond
Arsenal
made a
chips.
mistake, but I also think Collingwood and Brisbane, who gave the 1 year extensions, I
Oh.
also think they made mistakes. Like, what is the point of a 1 year extension? It doesn't show enough faith. It doesn't really get. I mean, you know, you're trying to get rid of the speculation, but I don't see the point.
It doesn't matter when you can just sack him anyway. Like,
What do you guys think about Ross Lyon's extension?
no one thinks about Ross Lyon.
Well, it's not worth the paper it's printed on, Jose.
Thinks
Plug
that
it
brought
does,
Ross
but
Lyon.
no one else thinks about Ross Lyon. Only
Yeah,
Plugger.
that's what's... Is Ross Lyon's management negotiating that, or has Ross Lyon himself negotiated that?
Probably Ross. Probably strangling the other side, going, "Give me more seasons."
Jose, you shouldn't put too much faith in Ross Lyon's integrity and honesty.
To be honest, Fremantle were absolute rabble before Ross came to the club. They were a lot better.
You had halves. He was onto the West Coast conspiracy of them bugging your headquarters and stuff.
Harves is a bloody crazy person. He should be in a mental asylum.
Well, he's at Essendon.
Touche.
But no, the coaching extensions, ours, I'm severely disappointed, but I was resigned to this happening. The one that really, I think, will baffle most
Oh,
people, though,
sorry. Lepage.
Lepich.
Yeah, definitely.
On what?
How?
What are you basing seriously, guys?
He's got one of the worst lists in the comp, and let's not hide from that. And they've had a bad culture, but at some point you got to hold off, and you just got to see, like, maybe he's not the wrong guy.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about that 1 year time period. It's not really a good show of faith. Like, Brisbane are bottoming out. They're probably still in that development phase where it's going to take a few, 3 or 4 years. And if you only give them a 1 year contract, you're saying, well, we don't know if you're the right guy to take us through this.
They could find out this year, but they might have to keep him for another year, because this isn't Richmond or Collingwood who could, we could afford the payouts. This is Brisbane, who not only have no money, but actually are that far in debt that they might be the worst financial club in the AFL.
And being not based in Victoria, they wouldn't have the same sort of intense media speculation around the coach if he was coming out of contract at the end of the year. Like, I get that, okay, from Collingwood's perspective, it kind of makes a little more sense because you don't don't want to deal with the media kind of hounding around Buckley's
Guilty.
contract. So will he or won't he go? So, but Brisbane wouldn't get that, so it doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, the other thing about the Lepic one is that, like, that club's so fucking busted that they don't know whether he's the right guy. They don't know if he's the wrong guy. But it's not really setting a good standard to be extending a guy who hasn't shown anything good. There's been bad things there, but he hasn't shown anything good.
Well, has he stopped the exodus?
No, they lost highly prized draft pick James Aish, who they didn't even develop.
They've obviously spawned the nickname Looney Leper to kind of carry on the legacy of Crazy Vossi.
Crazy
Like,
Vossi.
if you didn't know Vossi had been sacked, you'd say, well, he's still in charge. Like, honestly, nothing's changed at Brisbane in the last couple of years.
Well, they've got Brian the Lion, so
People are actually going there now.
On the field.
Leopard should have got his contract renewed. Brisbane were expecting a wooden spoon. They didn't get one.
that was because the Dogs rested a few players in the last round of the season.
Oh, hang on a second.
Yep.
They were not expecting a spoon. They were expecting finals. If you want to go back to their board, fucking idiot.
Well, Carlton were expecting not to lose a game last year, and look where they ended up.
Them expecting to play finals is what got me my stupid bench.
Well,
The other thing that makes me laugh about Brisbane is I heard this week. Do you know that Brisbane are worst in the AFL for contested possessions?
yeah, because what I do
Yeah.
seriously
That's
is
with
just
a
kick it
crab
around.
on their list, yeah.
But worst in the AFL for contested possessions, and they have ineffectual mids. Like, do the midfield do anything good?
No, they just chip it around like all day. Like, this is what Tendai Mazungu from a Fremantle player noticed that they just hand pass it back, and then the Fremantle player picks the fourth Brisbane player and tackles him because he knows that ball's gonna go there because they're predictable.
That's like Jared Grant, of all people, not like matching up on Lewis Taylor.
They're predictable as hell.
The
Like the
ultimate
midfielders.
diss, Jared
And
Grant.
they are big wusses as well, they're midfielders.
Oh yeah, Tom Rock says hi.
We've touched on Hardwick. We've gone into Lepic. What do we think of Fig Jam's extension?
I think he's been a bit unlucky, especially with the injuries before the season before. But
None of these
last
actually
year was an
had
epic.
coached.
Last year was an epic choke. He should have made finals.
And you would
Half-
know epic chokes.
I think we'll
Yeah.
know halfway through the year if this was good or bad. Like, it's too early to call. Like, my gut feel tells me contract extension is kind of not the right thing, but, halfway through the year it might look like a really smart thing, and then I'll probably extend him for longer.
This wouldn't have happened if he wasn't Eddie's love child. But I actually mean the speculation wouldn't happen if he wasn't Eddie's love child and he hadn't been given the role. If he was a different coach in the role,
if he was Alan Richardson, it wouldn't matter. Like,
no, there wouldn't be the same speculation.
no, but because he was one of those herd boss Buckley thing.
He's the last man standing, and even if he does get sacked, he's still the best of the three.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't got much competition there.
it's got a
But no,
great system, and
Seriously, if you have a look at the players, like on paper, we've done nothing. We've done nothing and achieved nothing. But on paper, we have a decent list now.
They had a terrible off-season, though. I mean, with the player movements. They lost Seedsman. I don't know how they're going to recover.
I think we put inanimate Rod, but a lot of the players that have come to us and have chosen us over other clubs have done so because of Buckley.
Jesse White.
And
Oh, that's what everybody
Tony
tells everybody.
Armstrong?
Say that's like Cooney going to Essendon because of spongy turf.
Sydney offloaded
It's just
them
like-
with lols.
Players will say anything that they want, to justify it. The only player who I can think of who actually went somewhere
Dale.
because of the reason they said was Dangerfield because he wanted to get to Moggs Creek, piss in
No,
the bushes.
because his fiance had his balls in the jar.
That's for all that
Think
too.
there's another
I guess
person
they want to
that's
have a
not
root
best.
in the bushes.
This is the thing that makes me lol, and this is getting a bit off topic, but the rumours that Carlton are heavily into Callum Ward and that Ward might be interested, like, how do you sell that if you were Ward, leaving the Giants after pitching the Dogs?
He's managed to pretty much get by scot-free for being a mercenary. He's dodged that because they've worked.
If he goes to Carlton, he'll break Spider Everett's record for the most. I think Spider Everett has the record for most career losses. He'll break that record comfortably, and he'll get very rich doing
But
it.
Spider
Tom
Everett has a
Starburns is
premiership
more
thing, hasn't he?
No,
No.
he didn't. Spider Everett arrived at the Swans just after they won and left Hawthorn just before they
Oh,
won.
okay. Yeah.
And yeah, he was at St Kilda in the early 2000s, like when they were shit. And then like Grant Thomas comes in and they
Shook
start
Raffles.
making finals. And then he comes to us when we're like in the last years under Schwab, first years under Clarkson, where we're like 15th.
But yeah, that's what Callum Ward has to look forward to, I think, if he does go to Carlton. But that's just, I'd love to know what his reason for coming to Carlton would be.
Same reason everyone else goes to Carlton: money, brown
Barbecue.
paper bags.
But he's earned every dollar he's gotten from GWS. Like,
Better Scully.
Agreed, but see it out, seriously.
Is Callum
But
Ward
even
going to be the
if,
next
like,
Stacey Thomas?
No, because probably his body will probably hold up. Thomas was in the Merc. Thomas followed Fake Dad as Morgs.
yeah, he followed Fake Dad to have kick before the game, and because Carlton said he could still go surfing, and Buck said no.
Seriously?
So Bucks is anti-surfing?
No, Bucks is anti-surfing when you're in rehab and when you go and injure yourself again and you don't do your rehab.
Yeah, I agree with Buckley on that one, actually.
Yeah, so he was off fucking riding waves, man.
So is this why Buck's got an extension? Because he just doesn't let them
So
serve?
how
yeah.
long?
No fun, man.
So how
You
long
know-
will Jeremy Howe be at the club for before he breaks another finger?
Yeah, don't go surfing when you're in rehab, but go play
Trevor and
cricket.
Greenwood are allowed to go surfing because they do the other stuff.
Let's move on if we've got nothing else on the coaching extensions.
Can we talk about the other one?
There is no other one.
Ross Lyon.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
What'll
Alright.
that make it? Like, by the time that contract's over, what'll that be? Like, 14, 15 years without a premiership?
Actually,
a
it will be
record.
25, 26, 27, 28. And no, it isn't. Western Bulldogs.
He'll have broken Rocket Eads' record for most games without a flag by then, because Eid will be gone from the Suns.
Oh, no.
Or will have won one.
I think
one
Ross
way or
would
the
have
other.
won a premiership, I reckon. Could be this year,
I
next
think
year.
their window was last year and they missed it tragically.
The window slammed shut.
Yeah,
they-
Steffic slammed it shut, clearly.
By the time they actually get a key forward, like, I don't know, but yeah, what's
We're
McCarthy?
getting it all next year.
He's got, no, he's
McCarthy's going to lose all his talent playing local football.
yeah, no, and then by the time he's gone, Mundy and Barlow and Sandlands will be gone, so...
And all your backs are like Alex Silvani and Zach Dawson. No one there.
Zach Dawson's the greatest backman. Okay,
Well,
you'd love to have...
how do you replace Zach Dawson? Like, once he retires, you're screwed.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are. He played in defence a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I heard it went well.
No, it actually was much better than forward.
That's setting the bar high.
Got to set it somewhere.
Let's move on to, if we're finished on Ross Lyon, please be finished on Ross Lyon.
If you mention him again, you're getting cut off.
Stadium proposals, and I must admit, what the fuck's going on? Everyone wants to build a stadium. As I said, Richmond's not out of a good few weeks after Eddie jumped at his 60,000 seat stadium, which is a pretty shit idea anyway. Now Richmond want to build the 40,000 one at Punt Road, which, one, there's barely the room, two, there's a heritage stand, and three, we don't need a third fucking stadium that we would never play in
No, yeah.
because it only holds 40,000.
But I heard on the radio tonight Brendan Gale speak, and the AFL approached them and discussed with them about the possibility of making that. And
Yeah, that was when Vlad was in
yeah,
charge.
and Richmond turned around and went, nah, piss off, luck. It's ours. But because Eddie's got an idea, Brendan's gone, hang on, guys, we've got one. Sit down, dickhead.
Obviously, Eddie's plan must have some sort of Collingwood angle to it for us to...
And it hasn't come out yet, but it will.
It's going to have to come out. Someone's clearly gone through the proposal and found the Collingwood angle, and now Brendan Gale's done the Richmond one, because Carlton probably don't have the money to put one together for Optus Oval, which is, if you're ever going to build
Surely that's
a third stadium where something exists, you go to Optus
already
Oval.
there, guys. It's on the corner.
This
Well,
is looking
Waverley
like
will be
a-
available pretty soon once we move to Dingley, so...
But it will still be in the middle of nowhere. Whereas
Well-
Optus Oval is there is trams to it, there are stands, it's ready.
Not that we need a third stadium anyway, but hey, let's just talk about it. When Eddie had changes over, just change the ticketing a little bit, and you don't have to open all the levels.
It wasn't even the third
Get a
stadium,
really
too.
shit
Eddie was like,
broadcast.
demolish Etihad Stadium as well.
Guys,
Yeah, he wants to demolish Etihad.
This is much,
Which is-
this is much bigger than just AFL. There's a very big reason behind demolishing Etihad, and it's got nothing to do with football.
Oh, because all the land.
Yeah,
the
and
lot's
because
worth.
of the fact
Yeah.
that it is like from Southern Cross Station or whatever, you cannot look from there and see Docklands. You can't look and see the water.
You won't be able to if they knock down Etihad either. They'll put buildings there.
Yeah, put a giant apartment block.
Well, they're not going to put one fucking giant building, are they? You'd be able to see.
They're going to put a lot of giant fucking buildings.
Yeah, and get a lot of money.
This is looking like basically another Carlton-like investment with
Yeah, but
Princess
Carlton is so stupid. Instead of saying, hey guys, we've got something, they went, we agree with Eddie. You think that? You've got it. This is how you can make some money, morons. No.
Eddie wants to build a 60,000 seater next door to the MCG because that's really going to work well for scheduling with all the public transport.
2 games on at the same time at the same fucking place.
And where are people going to park? The fucking Yarra Park's barely big enough anyway for the amount of people who drive.
So, well, yeah, what happens when there's a concert on and there's rugby on and there's
Soccer.
fucking netball at High Sense and then a game at the G and whatever and a microwave session at Punt Road? Like, fucking Jesus.
This is like the ultimate insult, but that's such a fucking WA idea because they wanted to build a new stadium next
Oh, yeah,
to
Subiaco.
Subiaco before they eventually got some sense into them and settled on Burswood, so...
This idea from Eddie isn't too far removed from his idea about the NAB Cup and finals.
But look at you all still, you're just eating it up. You're still talking about it. Yeah, so what is he trying to cover for? What's the smoke and mirrors? What's happening behind the shadows?
He's actually got very influential people thinking it's a good idea, so it's concerning. This guy gave Bucks an extension. We need to question his ideas a little bit more.
Regarding Subiaco, to be fair, it was in politics, really. Bloody Barnett wanted to build it in
And-
Burswood, and McGowan
Oh.
wanted to build it somewhere else.
Where's the dump button? Someone press the button we used on Teach before.
But yeah, I also don't get it. Like, they figured out that building your own stadium's stupid as hell. Why the hell do you want to go in it again when they have the MCG and shit?
Hey guys, do you know there's a third stadium in Geelong? Geelong.
Yeah. Like, aren't the doggies
But that's a
really...
shill, though. Like, they should close that fucking Geelong Stadium down.
That is the 40,000 seat stadium now, though, or it will be once it's built. Geelong might be in a lot of debt.
So why can't the Dogs play down there? It's the same distance.
They're trying to, but AFL's saying no.
Yeah, let's go play in Bendigo instead.
The Dogs should play in Ballarat. I think that would work.
Tell you what they should.
Yeah, because they're going to pay a lot of money to upgrade that one too. Like all this money into stadiums that really don't need it.
Yeah,
Fucking
just-
played Etihad, played the MCG. There's two perfectly good stadiums.
If there's a problem with Etihad, it's going to be a lot cheaper to fix it, and everyone will make money in the end. And then when the time comes,
Like, you've already done the
that
hard
it's-
yards of not making money, dudes. We're nearly at the end of it.
Yeah,
Etihad
exactly.
isn't perfect, but it's not as much of a debacle as, say, ANZ. You don't need to be kind of searching for an alternative at this point.
take some money out of Etihad before you fucking sell it, because I guarantee you, the longer you hold on to it, the more valuable that land's going to become
Seriously,
anyway.
this is why none of the clubs that operate out of there have any money, because it's fucking dumb.
Well, this is Eddie's idea too.
Maybe he's trying to sink all their battleships.
It's going to take forever before someone actually builds over those rail yards too, as Eddie's proposal says, because it's going to have to be something that everyone's going to fucking want. So those rail yards are going to be there for a long time to build over if you just hang on to Etihad. Anyway.
Save up, bank that money from Etihad, then sell it when it's worth like 4 billion, some shit.
Penal mentioned ANZ, and whilst we are on Eddie, the Cola shifting all their games.
Well, it was going to happen. ANZ's fucking a shithole.
It's the worst stadium in the country, and
Let's justify it by going, it's a shithole when you tell somebody a month in advance.
that was pretty funny.
If it
Eddie
wasn't-
got so angry.
But if it wasn't our club, it would be, people would be going,
Oh, you
right,
poor people having to spend 40 extra minutes on the bus.
no, most of the people that are staying in the city would find it easier.
Don't-
It's not the point. The point is, you can't just make a decision and change it and not tell the other team that's involved. Like, if we did this to them, they'd literally cry until October.
You're crying now.
I'm not crying. You brought it up.
Yeah, but Eddie had the
Collingwood
biggest fucking
was
sook.
crying.
And what did it achieve? It got compensation, it got our supporters catered for, and we're done.
What,
And
you
then
got
it's all crying.
compensation?
You're a compo.
Yeah, the AFL gave our people who had paid for accommodation in Homebush, it gave them compensation.
Who the fuck pays for accommodation in Homebush?
Well, people who don't want to spend 50 minutes
didn't-
on a Sydney train.
I didn't think
Yes,
there
but
was
that would-
anything at home.
That would mean you would have to sleep in Homebush. Like, I would prefer staying in the city centre and taking a fucking 2-hour train rather than, like...
Penal, these are Collingwood demographics.
Oh, okay, they'd probably be
You
right
can't
at home
relate.
then.
These people travel to go to games.
Ooh.
They don't even go to Etihad.
I went to Etihad once last year, man.
Was it for the finals?
They don't play
They don't-
finals at Etihad.
They should have. They should.
That's what
the
they
one
said about
thing
Gardenia Park, and then Fremantle got forced over
They
that.
should have
Oh.
played the
Oh, and
Dogs
you won,
final
shut
at
up.
Etihad.
We won, yeah.
They should have paid what?
The Dogs final at Etihad last year, and not because it's the Dogs home. Like Etihad's fine. Like that would never have gotten.
They
more
got
than-
55 pretty short of that final.
Yeah, they would have never gotten like more than 60 anyway. So and a full Etihad is better than a half full MCG in terms of atmosphere. Just look at that.
Nah, that was a good game.
Just look at that Kill the Geelong game from a couple of years ago.
I think they had 54 there.
Yeah, that's
It was
like exactly
basically Etihad capacity. Like,
I made a 54 joke, idiots.
oh.
Aha.
See, no one else thought of that because
But,
we're not as
well,
obsessed with the Dogs as you.
Yeah, how much bar what have you been drinking, Morgs?
I don't know, Barb. I haven't mentioned my team 700 times like you have.
Nothing else on Sydney versus Collingwood or the stadium proposals.
ANZ's a cow paddock. It's good we're not playing any games there.
Yeah, except potentially a final if they host it.
Oh, no, not potentially. It has to be there. Because of the contract that ANZ have with...
I know. Will the AFL pay them out? Will the Swans
Yes.
get bailed out again?
Yeah,
well,
of
this
course.
was a
But they,
contract
but they
before,
can't
so
provide the
there's-
service to the members. So ANZ won't agree to that. That's their stipulation. If there's a final, it goes back to ANZ because they can't hold up their end of the
And
bargain.
so all of a sudden the ground that doesn't host a game all year, the Coles don't play it all year, it'll be a neutral venue.
Exactly right. You've just given away your home advantage. You dickheads.
Doesn't really matter. Sydney aren't getting past the first finals round, in my opinion.
They won't even make the
But
final.
that's why your opinion doesn't matter.
Oh, that was harsh.
This is a bit more power wankers.
But no, these stadium proposals are fucking ridiculous.
I would like to know what's actually happening that Eddie's trying to cover with this stupid
Yeah,
story.
there's no way the Richmond proposal comes out of nothing. It's like,
Someone needs to go and check the stats.
that said, fucking unicorns unicorns or horses or whatever. So something's
Something's in the water at Richmond.
I've got a theory, right? What if Collingwood Stadium had some kind of weird mascotty or themed name idea, and Richmond's horses...
It's not called Collingwood Stadium.
Collingwood
But Eddieland.
Stadium. Eddie's Stadium.
Eddieland.
So, right. What if that had something to do with horses in the proposal, and Richmond have come out with this crazy idea to try and beat them to the punch?
Speaking of beating to the punch, let's move on to North are looking to push Hawthorn out of Tassie, and the AFL are behind it. Penal, they're kicking you out of home.
I think their reasoning is because you don't need it because you win premierships.
Well,
That's what they said.
Tassie don't deserve premierships. Tassie deserve North.
No. North
They
deserve
said that-
Tassie because, everyone feels bad for North. They're kind of like the black sheep of the AFL at the moment. All their players are like 40 or something, so they'd be fitting perfectly in with Tassie's demographic. So they could use the extra support, and the AFL have said, hey, Hawthorn, you've been doing such a good job for so long. Time to let someone else have the spotlight. It's,
They've said, Hawthorn, you've sucked on the teat of the AFL.
We're the fucking prom queens, right? North of the fucking fat girl with braces in the corner without a date who's fucking masturbating to hentai porn that night instead of getting laid with the star quarterback.
So hang on a
Have
second.
you been drinking
the
the
club
goo
that's
again?
actually willing. Why does this happen? The club that's actually willing to go out there and try and help themselves cops it, but fucking spackos down at Whitten Oval don't cop anything when they're just, oh hey, no one's using this place in Ballarat, are they? We go here. Fuck off.
What the fuck do the dogs have to do with Hawthorn getting kicked out?
Yeah.
No, it's like North.
This
Just
is-
cop
no,
it,
this is
cop
just
it, and cop
fucking
it when they try
obsession.
to get something. Like,
Yeah.
at least they try.
No one's having a crack at North here. We're having a crack at
People just had a go.
Oh, well, yeah, Penal did.
Well, that's because you're all having a crack at fucking Hawthorn.
Hawthorn have been sucking on taxpayer money, like common
seriously.
cause for years.
You've been
And they've done-
the sheep in wolf's clothing by sucking on the teat when everyone knows you're not interested.
It's their home.
Have those 3 premiership cups even been to Tasmania?
They go down every year.
Have they been to Dingley?
We take care of our Tasmanian supporters very well.
So Hawthorn,
Yeah, Tashawk is testament to
will
that.
Hawthorn officially move
And their
those 3
pets.
cups to their home ground in Launceston? If Hawthorn are so committed to Tasmania, I want those cups in
No,
Hawthorn.
because our
Lord,
home
that's-
is in Melbourne and it will always be in Melbourne.
Home's a
Unlike
fucking Waverley. That's not Melbourne. That's Waverley.
They're Dingley. Their home is a tip and Tasmania.
That's
Thankful.
not between a rock and a hard place.
I'm thankful that we don't have to play that tip ever again. We've never won in fucking Tasmania. That's all.
maybe you should stop being shit.
It's not always about you, Jose.
Yeah, it is. This is a Fremantle dedicated episode.
You rested a whole bunch of players one year going down there.
Yeah, I know.
They rest a whole bunch of players going down there every year. I'm pretty sure Pavlich has only ever played one game there because they always leave him at home. At least in the last couple of years when he's been a bit older and he's more of a flight risk. Pavlich and Sandilands never fucking play. No, I don't mean that in the blow up plane kind of way. I mean that in the
No, I
they will
meant more
get
in a
injured
Bombers
if they play.
2003 skipping the country kind of way.
Royals.
Yeah, we never win over there, so thank fuck.
Shut up.
Poor Hawthorn getting kicked out of Tassie, though.
Oh, I mean, we've done our bit for Tassie, and maybe it's time.
It's just like how Fitzroy got kicked out of Fitzroy and forced to fold.
It's
Hawthorn
time-
are teenagers
time
getting
to
kicked
let-
out of the parents' basement.
With the big brother, it's time to let the little girl have a go.
I think Hawthorn's a teenager.
Hang on. Why is it a girl?
Well,
Take your sexist shit elsewhere.
Wow, this is
No, I mean,
2016 penal.
we'll talk about Del Santo, and there's not much of him there, so you'd be confused for thinking Del Santo was
Actually,
just a snake.
Oh, nice save there, Penal.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Let's transition. Speaking of Nick Del Santo, did anyone see North's
See,
kick
I am
for
the
$5
master of
grand?
the fucking segue.
No one's seen Nick Del Santos down there anyway.
What
Oh,
was
sorry.
Nick Del Santo's kick for $5 grand. This is pretty funny.
So did he kick the goal and someone gives North money?
Someone else gave North money.
That seems like money grubbing whores there.
They're becoming more inventful. No more tin rattling. Just kick a goal, give us $5 grand.
Yeah, the fans are meant to kick the goals and the club gives them money. Not the players don't do what they're paid to do and the club gets money from someone. That's called a scam.
I'm not sure what's worse. Brendan Harvey winning a Mazda or that $5 grand.
Yeah, North ripping off their fans and no one bats an eye.
That's because their fans are all like their players, too old and too senile to know any difference.
Come on! $5 grand kick.
Is this the video?
Yeah.
Get it in there!
Oh, guess who's not eating rice and beans for dinner? North. It's a feast at Arden Street, boys.
Mrs. Boomer's there in a second.
I mean, surely North can think of better ways to make money, like
Like re-raffling a car after Brayshaw wins it and donates it back. Oh dear. It is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Why? Why? We sponsor a player and we get nothing for it. No one talks about us. Someone just gave him $5,000 and North got exposure for it.
You could have sponsored Jordan De Goey and got something for it.
Well, I tried, and I tried to even offer more money.
Money does not equal speech, Morgs.
See, at Collingwood, brown paper bags don't work.
Anything else on Lowell North?
No.
Nothing.
no.
One other thing, okay, we did talk about the horses, and we are coming to something that's not as cringeworthy, but it probably wasn't far off it in the what the fuck were they thinking stakes, but the Port Pokemon.
Oh my god.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh,
If Port Adelaide players were Pokemon, that'll be fucking useless trash Pokemon we wouldn't care about except for Wingard.
Yeah, no, Jasper Pittard be a fucking Magikarp.
No, Magikarp is upside though. It can turn
No.
into characters. I don't see Pittard becoming fucking Bruce Dool.
Maybe not, but what were they thinking?
I like they're also picking something that's older than their football club too.
Yeah, Pokemon have more history than Port Adelaide.
Pokemon first got created in 1992 and released in 96, so again, Port.
1996, so
Well,
that's exactly
kindred
1 year
spirits.
older than Port Adelaide. Port Power established 1997.
And they don't try and leech off like Pac-Man and shit to claim to be old.
It's like, is Port Adelaide even original though? I mean, they rip off Pokemon. Their entire shtick is based off
It's
soccer songs. I mean,
And yeah, an in-excess song, and it's completely manufactured.
I mean,
they have,
their clubs.
they do have
the
the Port Pirates. They really have an identity crisis, don't they?
Yeah.
who was the best Port Pokemon? You reckon?
I can't actually remember what they were.
There's no such thing as the best Port Pokemon.
I think the Elliot Wines and Marchoke one was quite accurate. We know he's been juicing up.
Shouldn't he be like the fat one, like Bulbasaur or something?
Jose, now that you've said
Bulbasaur.
that, we're going to get a million Port button mashes on you for this.
They can mash me as much as they
They
want.
do not like it when you imply that.
Oh, I tried looking for it. Do you know what happened?
Go Port people, mash like that.
404. They took it down.
Oh, the Port Pokemon thing's been taken down.
Yes, from their website.
They
Google Cache to the rescue.
Is that Cache or Cachet?
It's cash, isn't it?
No, it's Cache. No,
It's
it's
Cache.
more.
Nice try.
It's Cache.
No, it's Quickie.
Anyway, let's move on to the questions, and we have a couple. First one comes from One Eye Saint 66.
Our newest and most dedicated listener.
Yes, he wants to know how many games Essendon's going to lose by over 100 points.
I'll go with 10, at least 10.
No way.
I'm going to say I do not know how many they lose by over 100 points, but I think someone's going to beat them by the big 2-0-0. Probably someone like West Coast skiing the fuck all over them.
I reckon they're going to lose at least 15 because they play.
By 100 points.
By 100
Yeah.
points.
Collingwood will do them by 100 points twice. I reckon.
No, we don't
Hawthorn
play them
will.
twice, so we can't.
Well, I still reckon there's 3 down. I still think they're going to lose.
You'll still find a way.
Yeah,
I
Essendon
mean,
are
I don't
that bad.
They'll still beat Carlton, though.
We beat them by
That's
100
only
points.
lose to Fremantle by 10.
If Fremantle
0 to
beat them
10.
by 100 points, that's how much trouble they're in. Like, you know, that
Couldn't
just
score
only
100
exacerbates it. Yeah, but it's an early rounds game. So we'll beat them by 100 points.
I'm sure you'll find if you looked at their history, they're good in early rounds games.
Yeah, this is where they're still pepped up.
This is when they beat Hawthorn early season.
So we don't think 15. Who reckons the lowest number?
I'll go with 16, you know. They're just a mess.
Oh, I'm going with 6. Just 6.
Yeah, I reckon 9, but there'll be a 200 in there.
I reckon 10.
Who do you reckon's going to do the 200? That's the question.
A mid-table team that needs the percentage. Someone like
Okay.
maybe Adelaide.
I'll go
Yeah.
with Adelaide as well.
Adelaide
Or
or Port.
GWS if they're up there.
Because Adelaide's playing Essendon at home.
West Coast with Kennedy to potentially kick 17.
Kenny
Jack
didn't win.
Darlington, drop it.
Like, seriously, West Coast are the kind of team that put you to the fucking sword.
No Hooker, no Hurley. You know, Kennedy's going to have a field
Yeah.
day on whoever their fucking defenders are.
That
Courtney
said, if
Dempsey.
Hawthorn get a bit of angry up about them, because Essendon have thrown a few barbs at Hawthorn and Mitchell with the sledge, Hawthorn might actually... Usually they take the foot off the gas when they bury a team. I could see Hawthorn getting really, really almost vindictive on Essendon.
Well, I honestly, I
fucking
think
bury
if
them.
if we wanted to, we could beat them by 300, no problem. But you know, it's a long season, and we need to be cherry ripe for September, obviously. So I don't know if we'll go
For a
100%.
line
Might have to settle for 200.
I reckon we'll beat it by 15 points.
Oh, jeez, Morgs. You're not playing finals then. Kangaroos Forever wants to know, this is the second question, what's shit at West Horsham, Pufferfish, Bathwater North, or Goo/Handbagger shit fights?
So what was the question?
Worst shit fights on the bay.
West Horsham, easy. With Geelong and Hawthorn, you can bait them on, and you got Taz Hawk, you got Ultra Rob. Ultra Rob's pretty good. I'm gonna say that now.
Normally I'd have said West Horsham, but honestly I've read that Geelong's debt thread, and there's
It's so shit.
It's cancer.
that is the worst thread in the history of
But
the
what I
bay.
like about it is it's just in one thread. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
they're not killing everyone everywhere. Like, we're not reading about it because I genuinely never read the thread, and so I don't care about that. I don't have to see it all the time.
It's like the divvy van for Hawthorn
You
Geelong.
haven't seen the thread because Northern Lights goes in
I
there.
don't care where he goes.
But
Yeah,
you can screw him up every now and then.
I'm supposed to read that thread, and I don't read that thread if I can avoid it. I leave it for Chappie to do.
The thing about the West Horsham shit fight is that it's just they spot up the bay with their inane, useless horse shit. I mean, just shut the fuck up, you inbred
like in the same way that
twats.
Jose makes everything about them, they make everything about each other.
Yeah,
They
so
do.
Like it's like, oh, Port Adelaide are playing West Coast this week. Oh, fuck Adelaide. Like,
okay, yeah. The thing about the Geelong Hawthorn shit fights is that on both sides you've got some quality posters who can really effectively troll the opposition, like KP and
There's like
Jesse on
four
Geelong's side,
posters,
and then
yeah,
you have
this is-
Bosk and Shep and that from the Hawks. So,
Shep.
and Ugak obviously, you know. With the,
This month on the bay. What do we have for thread of the month?
I like the good bloke bingo. That's come on really well.
Oh, good bloke bingo. I do like good bloke bingo. Yeah, Ugak's thread's decent.
Oh, the big footy declaration story. I thought that was pretty good.
It was okay.
I like the boldest or bravest prediction thread. That was also very good. Just see good predictions and all that.
Oh, thank you, Cookie.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
that should have been a divvy van, in my opinion.
You fair dinkum cookie. That was shameless.
I thought it was good. Legit.
Stevie Swanee had an alright one. Why does the Lord shit upon us in round one again?
We can't give the award to Anelius now.
I liked players reacting to signs.
Yeah, that was funny.
For some reason, the Richmond is shit thread has been on the front page for a long time. I'd like that to go away. It annoys me.
I'm happy to give it to good bloke bingo. I do
Give it
like
to a
this.
thread that's been there for a day, dingbats.
Okay, would you rather give it to Pork's thread?
No, narcissist.
Well, then-
Oh, he talked about me. Wank wank.
He did not talk about me, actually, in that thread. I just thought it was
It's
pretty
okay,
good.
you talk about you enough.
Wow.
We could give it to Daryl Braithwaite's song. That was a very
Yeah,
good.
that was pretty good.
Richmond, Daryl Braithwaite.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cookie.
Yeah, that thread's actually pretty good.
Actually, was funny.
Okay, so we're going to give it to that one. The Morg. Oh, we're giving it to Morgs.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was a funny thread, so.
It was really good, yeah.
Okay, fine. You win, Morgs.
Winner! I wins to pre-seasons. I might not have won Survivor, but I won something. Morgs, 2. Royals, none.
Flog of the month. Who we got?
I'm going for every single member of the Western Bulldogs. We have a new breed of puffer fish in town, and they're the puffer dogs. And they're
There's only
Puffy dogs.
puffy dogs at Bender.
And I nominate
likes.
Cookie for Poster of the Year.
No, there's only one puffer fish. It's a puffer fish. Dogs can be the bathwater drinkers. That's a
they're
meme.
bathwater
I'm going to put
drinkers.
foot down on that. If people start trying to puffer fish the dogs, no, they're bathwater
trying to-
drinkers and
So
more.
trying to make fetch happen.
They're fucking dogs
Yeah.
with a shitload of fur that bark and like annoying little things that you just want to punch
They're
in the
just
face.
so yappy. You're so yappy. I can't wait to kick your heads in.
I want to nominate VJ Knight.
The obsession tracker is made for him.
The obsession tracker is made for him, and it's getting ridiculous how often he's spitting rage. Like the Essendon thing's just about finished, but
No one cares anymore, guys. No one cares.
he will turn just about any thread into an Essendon one, and he did it with a decent one the other day. I can't remember what it was, but
Like, other than BJ, it's Hawthorn supporters that do that. Like,
I've got a
it's him and it's Bosk and it's Thrawn.
I'm
and
going for
H2F and his shit thread.
I'm going for also Bunk Moreland as well. You can't just come on in the bay, make a troll when you fucking disappear when your club's in this shit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
DJ
Fucking
Knight's gone
cows.
off the deep end, in my opinion. Like, he's gone big wacko now over the Essendon thing. Like, the Essendon thing's done and over, and he's, still thinking it's prime time TV.
Yeah. Are we happy to give it to VJ? Because we're not giving it to the dogs as a whole. You got to give me someone.
Boy,
We
dogs.
could give it to the Villa Blues again.
Stringer
if
the
you
king.
Can you give it to Pups? Just a bit of like.
Well, which one do you want to nominate?
What about Man of Clay?
King Bonds hasn't really been back on the bay for a while, but he has been stinking up the main board. Otherwise, if he was on
yeah.
the bay, he'd be a certainty to take it out.
The
King
Jesse
Bonds.
Hogan thing, he's like, Jesse Hogan had to do a press conference talk and all that. He's like, oh, he called a press conference to bag David King. Oh.
It was David Schwartz.
Fuck the dog. Seriously, they had a chant of Boydie going up when he took a mark. He took one mark and they were chanting his name. All 14 of them. Fuck off.
It was a good mark, though. Only $1 million per mark, though.
That's Nicknat numbers.
I was going to say to any dog supporter listening, Paddy McCartan will be a far better footballer and not an overrated spud.
Darcy Moore will eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
And
Ryan
Bond-
Burton is going to be better than all of them put together.
Mabia Cho is...
Is Magic door number 2?
Whatever Fremantle player is their next key forward. Would be better.
Let's not go overboard.
Dale Thomas.
No, that's good. I guess accurate comparison considering Paddy McCartan and yeah.
So VJ wins it.
BJ.
BJ Knight, Bunk Moreland, then Collective Western Bulldogs.
Like, BJ, please, there's only like 4 of us on the bay regularly. Can you not be among? Thank you.
Last week's poll, your favourite royal. 8.7% said Prince Heretier, 13% said Queen Morgs,
Yes, I didn't lose the most.
21.7% said the Prince of Perth, and 56.5% said Jack Watts is my queen.
Well, I think if you actually look in the comments of that thread, you'll find the overwhelming winner was actually the write-in vote of Princess Penal. So
Royalty is something you get given, Penal. It's not something you can take.
You were born into it. You don't.
Yeah, you're born into it, yeah.
So I'd like to thank Richard at the Disco Pack Lunch and, Jack for voting for me. The money's on the way.
Getting you ahead of Heretier. You get the last
At
laugh.
least I didn't log in as my alias and vote for myself. Jose.
Well, I didn't do that.
Liar.
The only time was I didn't vote, but
The
my
only
alias
time.
voted.
Hang on. I didn't do that. The only time.
He's already scrambling. Let's look forward a bit, but first we're going to go at the predictions because Penal wasn't here last week and Jose, obviously, since it's his new episode, wasn't here either. So we'll take predictions for the season from the pair of you. Which one of you wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Jose's been practicing it for me.
Yep, I have.
Yeah, he's waiting to say Fremantle for
The
the flag.
Premier will be Fremantle.
Fuck off, Jose.
Fremantle will win like unexpectedly out of the blue. Everyone will be like writing them off, and they come in and win somehow. If they beat Hall,
Somehow,
it'll be
to
funny.
win it, you need to.
Yeah, you should just fall into it.
Oh, you can.
This is not like a coin toss in an elimination final. You don't just fucking somehow win it.
The AFL's not made up of unicorns, no matter how much we tried to pretend.
Nah,
you,
but
don't
Fremantle
just
have a
you
probably
don't get to
good
ride
year.
into the grand
They'll win
final
it.
on a white unicorn.
Even if Nat Fyfe would love to do that.
Biggest rise will be Melbourne. The biggest fall will be West Coast because West Coast have a tough fixture this year. And we know how
Oh, that's
West
so
Coast fold under
West
big
Coast.
pressure. And the Wooden Spoon's a lot easier. It'll be Carlton. They lost
I love that
Essendon's
many
top
people
ups.
picking Carlton for the spoon. What's your bold?
The premiership one, clearly.
Yeah, very sure. GWS will make the final, but Gold Coast won't.
It's not
That's
really
not bold. Come on, go
Okay.
out there. Go
Okay.
nuts.
Richmond will win an elimination final.
Oh, come on. That's just unrealistic.
Go riding on the horse.
So he's saying they won't be top 4 and they'll win a
They won't
final.
be top 4, but they'll win an elimination final.
Oh no, that'll get him another extension.
Exactly.
That'll see him through to 2024.
Hey, at least your predictions has time to come true. Mine already failed. Fucking up.
Yeah, so did teachers. Clarko didn't belt anyone. What was your bold prediction, Cookie, again?
Hardwick will be sacked by round 10.
He still might be. We could
Oh.
go 0-10.
Come on.
Penal.
I can't see him losing a game.
I think this will surprise absolutely nobody, but I think Hawthorn are going to win the premiership this year. I think we'll beat the Dogs in the grand final. Sorry, Morgs.
No,
Probably
you
the
don't.
biggest-
Don't
probably
be
the biggest
sorry.
year.
If I get to watch him lose a grand final, then fucking look.
I think that's your bold prediction as well, Penal, because doggies can't make it past the prelim.
That'll be my goo forever.
Biggest riser.
See, you saying that being your goof forever actually comes back to the West Horsham point of them being more interested in what the other one is doing.
See, that's
No,
obsession.
I'm more interested in the fact that they might actually do something one time. Isn't
But yeah, no, I
But
mean, I
lose.
guess if it's not her own team, then you may as well barrack for the Dogs to lose.
This is like the people who have the I support Collingwood and anyone who beats Carlton. Like, it's not a new thing, guys.
Yeah, but you're doing it for the Dogs.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry that I'm the outlier that doesn't follow the crowd. You fucking sheeple.
Okay, so yeah, biggest riser, like Jose said, I think probably going to be Melbourne.
Penal is the biggest rise.
Hawthorn.
Biggest fall will be North. North are a mess. They're a waste, and they are going to fall.
Someone's bitter about being pushed out of home.
They are going to fall so low down the ladder to 15th or something. They just have no good players, like under 35. So Wooden Spoon. I think Essendon will win the Wooden Spoon. I think them and Carlton will both get one win, and Essendon will have the worst percentage just because they'll get flogged every week. So yeah. And crazy prediction will be Sam Mitchell to take home 2 Brownlows in the space of a week, a month, however long they take to hand his rightful 2012 medal to him, and then obviously he'll take out the 2016 medal as well.
Let's move on to this week and we'll go through the tips, and it begins with, as DB Swanee said, the Richmond Carlton game. Look, I wonder how many players could have got injured against Port Adelaide and we would still win this game.
You could
Quite
field
a
half your
lot.
team you'd still win.
Yes, we will win. We could play Yaron and we would win. He'd still probably be fitter than some of their players in Fat Club. Yeah, 8 goals. Be rusty, but we'll win by 8
I
goals.
reckon 50 points. My tipping Fred says that.
10
You've
goals.
got a whole 2 points.
10 goals minimum.
Richmond will win, and they'll win quite easily.
Richmond will lose.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, this is like Chris Newman's tears, like all over again.
Oh, no, not even remotely. Melbourne versus the Giants.
I'd say
The
GWS.
team of the mighty Giants.
Yep, Giants will win this.
Giants.
I'd back Melbourne to get the job done at home and a much improved team.
I reckon Melbourne will put up a fight, but Giants are just going to run over them and win by 40 points.
GWS will win. It'll be very close, but Melbourne will lose by a goal.
All right, let's play margin on the next one. Gold Coast versus Essendon.
180.
I think Essendon will win this game.
Bullshit.
And they'll get all the delusional people saying they'll win, they'll win flags, stuff like that, and then they lose every other game by 100 points.
No, you don't think that.
Yeah, I think Essendon will win this.
Oh, fuck off, Jose.
Gary
This is
Ablett.
why we never had him on before today.
This is
Shit
what
like
kind of
this.
nice things.
Gary Ablett is going to get 60 disposals against Essendon.
And he's not
You
even
guys will
playing.
be feeding on my tears when I have that whopper.
And,
we
Gary,
won't. You don't have a Whopper.
and Gold Coast win this by 70 points.
Yeah, Suns by 12 goals, I reckon.
They'll beat him by more than they beat North.
Yeah, Suns 85 points, I think.
Bombers in a close one. A goal.
Jesus.
Jose's cold hard tips are thing of the past. Yeah, you know what else is cold and hard? A pile of shit that's been left in the freezer, and that's what your tips are right now.
I was going to say it's a corpse, but that also works with the carcass of Essendon.
Yeah, but someone would probably try and have sex with that corpse, Bombers or Aaron or someone.
North versus Adelaide. This one's interesting. It's at Etihad.
I reckon
North.
Adelaide's going to win this 30
What's the
points.
game? Nobody.
Adelaide have a really good record at Etihad, so I'm going to tip them.
And North have a really bad record of winning the first game of the season.
I was thinking that, yeah. This happened last year where the Crows smacked them in round 1.
Yeah, North's record against Adelaide in general is not good, so that at Etihad and in round 1, it's made for an Adelaide win.
Should you go with North Melbourne?
Adelaide with the new coach too. I'm going to go the Crows. North are going to get piked.
They're going to get a pike up the arse.
No, I think North's going to get scot-free and win.
No. Just being due for something doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Colas versus Collingwood at the SCG.
Collingwood.
Oh, shit, I would book me accommodation at ANZ.
I think that extra bus ride's just going to take it all out of Collingwood. Colas.
No, I actually think Collingwood's going to win. As I said, Collingwood will reach top 4 this year, so they're going to beat Sydney.
Collingwood players and supporters will be totally lost in the unfamiliar surroundings now that they won't be in Western Sydney, and Sydney will win.
City will win.
So what, we had familiar surroundings interstate? No, fuck off. We don't
No,
come-
because it's just like
I always
home.
go to Sydney every year. Western
This is
Sydney.
the second time we've been to New South Wales this year. Fuck, we're like the travelling Wilburys.
Stop
Collingwood.
anything about travelling.
That was just a name.
Collingwood. Fasolo, 4 goals. And he won't piss on the ground.
Why not?
Because he's too scared one of them will start drinking it.
Doggies versus Freo.
Rio.
Dogs, easily.
Yeah, dogs.
Freo are undermanned. Reckon Dogs will come out firing. 8-goal win
How?
coming up.
What's firing?
Tom Boyd will take a mark.
Tom
can't
Boyd
wait.
will take 1 mark and kick 1 behind.
I can't
Bob
wait to
Kelly
hear-
will be a lot better than Jack Billings.
But that's just lies. Lies and slander.
And Stringer will bring the ref.
Stringer
'cause he's got a
will
package.
kick 2 goals and 12 behinds, but Freo will only kick 2 goals for their whole team. So
Fremantle
That'll-
will win
that'll-
easily.
Nat 5 to play centre half forward, rack up 5 goals, and Ted Doggy's a new arsehole.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Yeah.
that.
No, Fremantle will win by, it'll be 99 to 54, so I reckon.
54.
Exactly.
Jose did a funny.
And he made sure Freo only got to 99 too.
Exactly. Double.
You stole half the joke, Jose. but
Sorry,
you stole-
Jose, that we had to explain your joke.
See, we can't use that joke on Freo. We can't say like 54 or 66. The only thing we can say with them is 0 because they've got 0 flags. To be
It's
fair,
like never.
0 is like their average scoreline, so it works perfectly.
It's like the amount of players you have in your forward line. Like,
Yeah, exactly. We're all defending.
Jose's coughing it. Puffers versus Saints.
Speaking of 66, that's how much we're going to lose by.
except we're wearing our jumpers.
Getting in early. Port will win. It'll be closer than 66 though.
It'll be 69.
I think the Port Pokemon, they're going to smash them all.
I will predict at least one Jasper Pittard lulls moment though, when he'll be
one?
Snorlax and he'll get run down by Paddy McCartan or something.
I reckon he'll get run down by Josh Bruce from behind.
He wouldn't know he was a footballer.
Is he carrying a surfboard? I'm going for Port, and I think Magitarp will be the.
Magitarp.
I made a Pokemon joke.
Magitarp.
Oh, that is gold, Jerry.
Enough from the Port Adelaide Magitops.
Man,
So I hope people will
between this and the Ollie Wines Machoke thing, there's going to be so many mashes.
Yeah.
Let's go on to West Coast versus Brisbane, and I think this is a margin bet, but
Oh, Brisbane will win, clearly.
Jose,
Brisbane go to WA and only score 40 points. Another team pumps them by about 60 billion.
60 billion, eh? That's more than Penal's 300. West Coast.
West Coast is going to win about 150 points.
Kennedy to kick 12, get the X's off the flyer.
Actually, yeah, do the X's win this week?
Yeah, X's will win this week.
Yes,
X's
X's win. We got X's win. We need to start adding that to our tips. The dynasty is really beginning. We're going to win more flags than Hawthorn.
I'm going to go for West Coast. Is Dane Beams playing?
Does it matter?
Yes.
I think he's out for the first 2 months or something.
Has he got one of those mysterious injuries?
Yeah, that's right. He has a mysterious
He's
injury.
got another one of those mysterious...
Injunction injuries. Yeah.
God,
Yeah, he does. For the second time in his career. Just like Buddy did last year for the second time in his career.
Oh my god.
Also,
It's like
cocaine.
12 strikes between them.
I hope there wasn't any clenbuterol in it.
He doesn't eat the meat anymore. Buddy used to eat meat, but then Sharad moved away.
Anyone give Brisbane a chance?
No, not even with
No.
17 best and fairest winners.
West Coast by lots and lots and lots.
And finally, Easter Monday, Geelong versus Hawthorn.
In the Get the Fuck Out Cup. The loser needs to leave the bay.
Well, good thing we'll be winning then. So fuck off
Farewell,
all Geelong
Chappie.
supporters.
Farewell, Teach.
Well, Teacher's already gone.
Goodbye, Keithy.
So now Hawthorn to smash Geelong. I mean, Geelong are a crap football team. They only have Dangerfield.
Dangerfield to dominate every other recruit they got to spud it up.
What do you mean? They're winning everything, aren't they?
Apparently, yeah.
We won we clocked the draft.
This is the start of their next dynasty without back-to-back.
No, they traded out all their top 70 picks, but the guy they picked up at 74 or whatever,
Wiley Buzzer.
he's going to be a superstar.
We traded all our picks forever for Adam Treloar, but
Because they unearthed gold with Billy Smets at pick 15, so just wait till you see what they got at
And
pick
Reece
7.
Stanley at pick 21.
it's alright. They've got that fucking Benjamin Button, Jordan Murdoch guy. He looks like he's 70 years old. He is the oldest human on the list. He should play for North.
I reckon Hawthorn are going to win this easily.
Well, this is where we need to just tell us you can all go and get
Well, you
fucked.
can
You can get fucked.
You can go
bitch.
get fucked.
See,
Shut up.
he's got to tip last.
Oh, Penal, you can tip last. Your
It's
team.
right. He is tipping last.
Oh.
He's not good.
I was waiting for Teach, but so we'll win by 40 points.
All right, this was the Flogcast for round 1. The horse whisperer from Richmond, Starburns, joined by Cookson,
Goodbye, all.
Penal,
See ya.
Morgs,
So long, farewell. I'll feel like saying goodbye.
and for his first appearance, very few fuck-offs this week, but Jose.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Fuck off, Jose.
Yeah, fuck off, Jose.
Fuck off with your tips.